Blinking market.
Streaming live via the internet at www.power979.com. This is Power 97.9.
Don't ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to ride. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
I know what is happening behind the scenes. I know what is happening behind the scenes. Also coming up in the broadcast, things that are strange but true. And we'll also be hearing from the traffic department of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. As we welcome you to yet another edition of the most monitored talk show in the world, and that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on the NewsSpin Facebook page and the NewsSpin YouTube channel. My name is Timothy Poleon. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon with your calls at 452-2979. That's 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026, 716-2026. And Kimani is back, so she'll be going through some of your comments in the chat room. It was only last Friday, and on Monday, and on Tuesday, people were taking offense with a statement I made about Haiti. And the charlatans, the frauds, the hypocrites among us wanted me to apologize, wanted me to resign, and also people were saying that this will be held against me. And the statement I made was reckless, unacceptable, ignorant. And there are some people speaking in a drawl would say things like, you don't say that. You don't say that. You don't say things like that. I want those same people to come forward and to say to the Prime Minister of this country that a statement that you made in the island's parliament yesterday, that was reckless, that was irresponsible of you, but also it was very petty and does not give any kind of indication that we have 2 Nobel laureates, one in economics and one in literature. There's some things that you either do not say, or as a politician and more so a prime minister, national security minister, you leave that for the hustings while you're on the campaign trail. Because Parliament is described as this august body where people of a certain stature would make presentations. People of a certain mindset, people of cerebral, you reserve that for Parliament. And to his credit, I remember on several occasions, then Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony saying, there are a lot of things that I just cannot say. There are a lot of things I cannot repeat. When we are at our worst as far as crime is concerned in this country, your national security minister and your prime minister would say, with regard to crime, I know what is happening behind the scenes. So you're not in a position to share it with us, so why are you repeating it? You're not in a position to do anything about it, or you're not willing. I don't say you're not in a position to do anything about it, but you're not willing to do anything about it, but you want to politicize crime. The same thing that you're asking people not to do. Do not politicize crime. That is exactly what you are doing. I know what is happening behind the scenes. So the 20 homicides we have recorded so far for this year, you know what is happening behind the scenes with regard to those cases? With all what has been happening over in VA4, in some cases, people have been forced to remain in their homes as if they are at bodily, and you know what is happening behind the scenes with all the other infractions that are occurring in this country. Rapes that people do not even bother to report. You know what is happening. That kind of statement is also challenged because you come across as this individual who cannot do anything about something that you know about. You come across as being helpless. And definitely, I want to hear those same people, those same hypocrites, those same individuals who thought that I should resign and I should apologize. What do you, those same individuals, calling the various talk shows and talk show hosts, what do you think about that statement that was made by the Prime Minister? For one, you will not include it on your programs. Secondly, you will not include it in your broadcasts. For whatever reason, you will not do it because you don't believe it's important. You do not believe that you should call on the Prime Minister to account for making such a statement. So imagine in the United States, there's some major shooting incident. Let us say at a school, mass shooting incident. And the President of the United States says, I know what is happening behind the scenes. But he does nothing about it. He does not take the people of the United States in his confidence as far as this is concerned. I will be watching carefully. I will be listening. And let me say, if the hypocrites will sweep this reckless and irresponsible statement under carpet, it has nothing to do with Haiti. It has everything to do with St. Lucia. So it has a direct impact on us in St. Lucia, our very security. You're talking about the Prime Minister of the country, National Security Minister. From time to time, we had conversations with the Americans, with the Canadians as far as crime is concerned, with the French, and the French are very upset with how the authorities here are handling the crime problem. So he's speaking with all those people of influence, people who have intel, on what is happening in St. Lucia and elsewhere. He knows what is happening. It appears that he can do something about it, but he's not prepared to tackle it, but he wants to play politics instead. I know what is happening behind the scenes. That is as far as crime is concerned. Let us listen to the National Security Minister, Philip J. Pierre.
I also have something to say. I won't say it now about the crime in St. Lucia. I'll say it at some point. And you all may have to deal with me. Because I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know. All that pretense about crime. And what's happening behind the scene. And you all may have to deal with me. Because I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know. All that pretense about crime and who's pushing crime. I know what's happening behind the scene. What's happening behind the scene? I know.
Mr. National Security Minister, dial 555. Dial 555. Let the police commissioner, the hierarchy of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, know exactly what you know. Because based on what you know, who knows, that'll bring some kind of respite to the people of this country. And yet still, the hierarchy of the Royal St. Lucia Police others would call on ordinary St. Lucians to join the fight against crime. If you know anything that will resolve a crime in St. Lucia, call the police. Dial this particular number. Take the police in your confidence. You can do so without identifying yourself. And yet still you have the leader of this country, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, saying that he knows what is happening behind the scenes as far as crime is concerned. Isn't this irresponsible? Let me hear from the hypocrites, the charlatans, on this particular issue. What do you have to say? Those of you who called for my resignation, dismissal. Those of you who believed that as a result of the statement that I made, that I ought not to be on this broadcast anymore. I should be a gardener. I should not be on television anymore. What say you directly to the Prime Minister of this country as far as this reckless statement is concerned? Yesterday, I had the leader of the opposition on the broadcast and former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Ms. Alan Shasti, and I asked him to respond, to react to that irresponsible statement that was made by the National Security Minister.
Glad he knows, because maybe we're going to see some reprieve. I mean, what do you want to tell you? I have no idea what the man is talking about. All of a sudden, you think you know? What is it you know? All of us know. All of us know. Everybody can see it for themselves, right? And it's not one thing; it's a significant number of things. Is he talking about now the impacts report? Now that he's read it, because he said he didn't read it before. So did he read it, and now he knows what the story is? Is it that persons that are getting contracts, that all of a sudden now they become his friend and they're telling him things he didn't know before? I don't know. I'm just glad he knows, and I'm hoping that, and like the rest of solutions, that he's going to do something about it and stop the crime. Well, I'm glad he knows, because maybe we're going to see some reprieve. I mean, what do you want to tell you? I have no idea what the man is talking about. All of a sudden you think you know? What is it you know? All of us know. All of us know. Everybody can see it for themselves, right? And it's not one thing; it's a significant number of things. Is he talking about now the impacts report? Now that he's read it, because he said he didn't read it before. So did he read it and now he knows what the story is? Is it that persons that are getting contracts, that all of a sudden now they become his friend and they're telling him things he didn't know before? I don't know. I'm just glad he knows, and I'm hoping that, and like the rest of the solutions, that he's going to do something about it and stop the crime.
Leader of the opposition, Alan Shastney. So get off my back. Get off my back on this whole call for resignation, apology. Get off my back. Whatever I said pales in comparison to this reckless statement that was made by the Prime Minister of this country, your National Security Minister, our National Security Minister. 4522979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Welcome, Akimani. What is in the chat room?
Someone says, Tim, you are really reaching. Another comment, Mr. PM, if you have first-hand knowledge on what's going on, criminality in St. Lucia, please let the RSLPF know. Another comment, we need to let PJP tell us what's happening behind the scenes so we can deal with the crimes in St. Lucia. Another comment, I am of the opinion based on his demeanor that he is suggesting that crime is being promoted by the opposition. Someone says this is a reckless statement made by the Prime Minister who he should be taken to task, be questioned by the FBI, RSS, RSLPF. How can the police expect anyone to give witness to any crime when they have the National Security Minister spewing such? That's about it, Tim.
4522979, your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Let's see if we have some of your comments to go through. Somebody says, Tim, can you explain that selecting a deputy speaker inside of the House and outside of the House, and I did say outside of the House, statement by the Prime Minister? Well, if I understand the question that you're asking, well, the Constitution was amended so that somebody who is not a member of the House, who's not an elected member of the House, can also serve as the deputy speaker. So now what we have there is the decision is going to always be taken to have somebody from outside coming in and being nominated and elected deputy speaker, and also somebody who is an elected member of parliament. They contested an election. That person also, if they are not a minister and they are not a parliamentary secretary, hold the position or the positions of parliamentary secretary and minister who could have held on to that post or served in that capacity as deputy speaker. But we all know what transpired, that when the opposition leader indicated and pointed the authorities in the direction that what they were about to do was unconstitutional and that they had to amend Section 30 of the Constitution, and as a result of that, also put it to the people via a referendum. Then they decided that they did not have any other alternative but to cajole or to beg the MP for VA4 South to serve as the deputy speaker, and that is Dr. Kenny Anthony. We have a call via WhatsApp as we say hello and good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes, Tim. Tim, you know what is more one of the most painful things, Tim, with this government, apart from all the crime and everything? To me, what is one of the biggest crimes, Tim? Giving away our ports for 40 years, Tim. Stopping all the construction works that they have been given. Reno coming out and said that it's not even Fresh Start that got most of the work they have been getting over the past 5 years under the last 10 years. He said he get even more work than Reno. They stopped all the housing projects in shock. The airport is going to be given to a foreign entity. They spoke about friends, foreign, and family. Today at CIP, the Prime Minister's daughter is getting over $6,000 a month. Leo Clark's wife is minister ambassador in America. My thing is that, Tim, there will be no peace in our country till we find out who are the government ministers, the businessmen who are facilitators of crime in the country, and the thousands of people that was let go for the works that was being done throughout the island that they have stopped. Today, they started, you remember, Kenny Anthony passed a levy at 10% for the dredging of the dam team. Today, Stevenson King is saying that he's thinking of increasing the rates of water in the country.
Well, the minister the minister did not say that because he does not have that authority. It is for the National Utilities Regulatory Commission, okay? And you have to convince the NUC that you are worthy of getting an increase. So don't say that the minister said that it should be increased.
Okay, well, he said he hinted at that. You understand? The 2.5% levy that was passed for health and security on Emancipation Day, Tim, last year, today we getting to find out that that levy was to secure loan and it was nothing to do with health and security. The Prime Minister, again, in Parliament just recently stated that, hey, he never said that they're going to have a Deputy Prime Minister in and outside the House. And in that same statement, he said that he never said that. You understand? So it has been a rough ride for us St. Lucians when he said that he's immediately upon resuming office, he's going to give everybody $1,500 based on the COVID-19 situation. In that same breath, he said he never said that. Tim, the Prime Minister, the National Security Minister, the entire government, I believe, the entire cabinet, I tell those guys do St. Lucia a favor and call elections, because we cannot sell our port for 40 years. If we do that, we're giving away over $400 million. Our airport, again, we're going to give it up. That's another close to $1 billion. In the past 3 years, this government has borrowed over $3 billion.
Okay, caller, thank you so much. Let's even get another call. As we say, let's see, I think we have lost that call, but 452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air, Mr. Rigobert.
Good afternoon, my brother. Good afternoon, brother Tim.
Good afternoon to you, sir. Hello?
Yeah, I'm there. I just called to make a little contribution. You understand?
Go right ahead, sir.
And depend on what the Prime Minister said. You know, I don't have a problem with what he said. My biggest problem with him and some of his colleagues is just that they don't realize that they have a sickness, they have a problem, and to take care of that problem. Let me try to explain that. You understand what I'm saying? I am a sick person and I'm suffering with spinal cord injury. And there is something they call spasm. It is a voluntary movement. Sometimes your feet does something, and if people with stroke too. Sometimes your feet do something and it was not you by yourself, your hands, you understand? Mm-hmm. And that is the sickness that these guys are suffering with. Not a voluntarily movement, like actions, but their words, like they have that problem with just saying things and like it just don't know what they say, because sooner or later you hear them come back and say that I didn't say that. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
They will say that is not how I said it, you understand? So which means it tells you that it was just something they say, you know, just out of it because of the sickness, a disease it is, a disease it is. And unless they don't take care of that disease, they will continue saying those same things, you understand? If you know what is behind the scene, I don't know how lately you come to know it, or if you knew it all along, you understand? But what have you done about it, you understand? And if it was only yesterday or day before you come to know, I'm looking forward to see what you will do about it. Because if you know something, you can act upon it. You know exactly, directly what you are dealing with. I will just say a little again. It's just like Richard. When he stood up and said that he was nominating Chasney for deputy, you understand? That is just the same thing, just speaking out of control, you understand? Voluntarily movement, spasm through words those guys have. You're making a fool out of yourself. Then the the speaker has to tell you, no, it cannot happen that way. So you are a minister and you don't know the things that you are supposed to do and the things that you cannot do, thinking that you are making a fool out of Shasney and you are making a big fool out of yourself. Tim, you have a blessed day.
You too as well, sir.
You take care of yourself.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution, sir. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Somebody says, Tim, I was laughing. If you think our parliament is bad, you should have seen Jamaica yesterday. The government walked out, government MPs walked out, unheard of, all because the Prime Minister did not want the opposition to have a discussion regarding his wife being the Speaker of the House. It was pure chaos, shaking my head. Same with parliamentarians all over the Caribbean and beyond. WhatsApp call. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you are on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon. Okay, so with regards to the Prime Minister's recent epiphany, and that he has all this information, that reminds me of the time when there was this famous exchange between Richard Frederick and Kenny Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
When they were saying, I know and you know and you and I know. We know what that was about.
Right.
So maybe he was finally included in that bit of knowledge. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. Could
that
be that.
he's privy to that knowledge that was shared between the two of them, that up to now nobody really know. So
well, I don't know what
that's
he knows.
all I can figure.
I don't know what he knows, but he should share what he knows with the rest of the public because we don't know.
Well, the thing is Frederick and Kenny never shared it with us.
Mm-hmm.
They kept it to themselves. So I don't think he's going to be sharing it to us, and maybe you have to be part of a special club to be privy to that information, that knowledge.
But that is our business because we are the ones who are being directly impacted. We are more vulnerable than the Prime Minister of this country and the Cabinet of Ministers because the kind of security that they have at their disposal, clearly we are not blessed with this. So we ought to know. And if as ordinary citizens we cannot know, the Prime Minister can simply dial 555, let the police know what he knows.
But maybe with that kind of knowledge is not designed to be disseminated. There are certain things you have to know and you just keep to yourself.
Whatever he knows, it is because the people of Castries East elected him into office, and it's because he received the support of the majority of the elected MPs in Parliament that he's in the position of Prime Minister, National Security Minister. Mm-hmm. So whatever he knows is our business. We ought to know it, particularly when it comes to crime.
Well, I don't think we'll get to know that one because, again, it's who it impacting. Certain things, certain bits of knowledge can impact certain people negatively. And then you don't want that to happen because, like they say, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. No, he might know it, but he cannot prove it. You understand?
All right, caller. All right.
All right. Then.
Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Have a call. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. What is in the chat room, Kimani? Anything to share with us?
In the chat room, someone says the word for this month is no. Another comment, but it's obvious that the PM is not taking the criminal activities happening in St. Lucia seriously. If the PM can come out on national television and refer to those of us concerned about the criminal activities happening in St. Lucia and airing our concerns and disappointment in the way the government is handling the criminal activities, that the PM can say that we are giving the country a bad name overseas. So what are the criminals doing in the country, both here and overseas, Mr. PM? Another comment, but come on, Tim, stop being ridiculous. Say he knows what is happening doesn't mean that he has the evidence sufficient for an arrest or prosecution. Most of us know what is happening and the people involved in the criminal activities on the island. So don't try and make political mileage with what was said by the Prime Minister.
I am not. The Prime Minister, this is not an ordinary individual. So do not put yourself on the same level as that of the Prime Minister. Okay? So whatever we know about crime, the Prime Minister knows 1,000 times more. He's the National Security Minister. He picks up the phone. He calls various agencies in St. Lucia, people in powerful positions. He calls the police commissioner. He gets a briefing every day. He gets a briefing maybe 3 or 4 times a day. He gets to speak with officials at the various embassies, his counterpart in the United States if possible, security people all over the world. So there are certain things that he knows, probably based on what he's saying, that maybe he can utilize to address the crime problem in this country. Let's not be naive, and I'm not being political. As a matter of fact, it's the Prime Minister that is being political when he says, I know what is happening behind the scenes. He knows. So he's in a position to use, because information is power. So you tell me in a position to use that information to effect change, and you're not doing anything about it. So why you know all that information, you do nothing, you're just sitting on the information. That's basically what it is. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Still, I just want to reflect on what I viewed at the House of Assembly earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some startling revelations, first of all. But before I go there, let me first commend the government for finally agreeing to take good counsel from the opposition, because the government was bent on making arrangements to bring a deputy speaker from outside of the parliament, recognizing, it was pointed out to them by the leader of the opposition that they were in fact flouting the constitution if they had done so. While they will not admit it, but they took the advice nonetheless, and I commend them for that, rather than humiliating St. Lucia more than they have done before and putting us in a situation where we are, in effect, contravening our constitution. They did the right thing by going the other route of appointing a deputy speaker from within. Now, that is something that could have been done all along. But let me just say, the Prime Minister continues to make revelations to the effect that the former administration did not follow the Constitution and they did not appoint a deputy speaker. I keep repeating this. It is not the responsibility of an administration. It is the responsibility of the Parliament. He was a member of that Parliament. He led 5 other individuals, all of whom were eligible to become deputy speaker because they were not leader of the opposition nor members of cabinet. They did not agree to take on the position. So if they were so concerned about filling the position, they would. And so it is disingenuous of them to make it sound as if it was the government that did not want to fill in the position, and that the opposition could not have done it if they wanted to. Another thing on that same issue, I noticed that it is Dr. Anthony who has become the new deputy speaker. I want to congratulate him. I think among the parliamentarians, he is one of the most suited, most qualified, if there is any such thing, of the parliamentarians to hold that position. He's well placed to do so. However, I was a little surprised that he accepted the position, because in the last parliament, during the time of the Alan Chasney opposition, when they were making a fuss about deputy speaker, I nominated him to be the deputy speaker. And not only did he decline, his demeanor indicated that he took offense to the fact that I nominated him. He did not accept the position. And now he has. But nonetheless, the point is he has. I want to congratulate him. I think he can do a good job and is sufficiently and suitably qualified for that. The next thing is, I am amazed and I find it hard to believe that a 3-term parliamentarian does not even know the basic rules of the House of Assembly. I mean, could you believe that Richard Frederick does not know that a member of cabinet or the leader of the opposition cannot hold the position of deputy speaker, that he would stand to nominate Alan Chasney, who is in fact the leader of the opposition, as deputy speaker, and the speaker has to inform him, a man who has been in the parliament for 3 terms, that cannot be done. Besides, the man is a lawyer by profession. You know, so sometimes, you know, you look at people and based on their background, you assume that there are certain things that they should know, only to find out that they are more ignorant than the layman, you know. The next thing is the Prime Minister in that Parliament session made a revelation that he knows who is behind the scenes when it comes to crime. I mean, that is a revelation that is startling. This is a man who is the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the National Security Minister for almost 3 years now. You have that information, you know that, and there's no evidence that you have done anything about the crime situation, and you have a crime situation festering under you, having all that knowledge, and you have not done anything to curtail it. I mean, I am prepared to say now, I've asked for his resignation in the past, but I don't expect it to happen because he will not take it. And I consider him, by virtue of his statement, as a facilitator, an enabler, and an accessory to crime in St. Lucia. I said so. Thank you very much, Timothy Poleon.
Thanks so much. You just heard there from the PRO of the opposition, UWP, and also former government minister, Mr. Leonard Spider Motut. Still to come, we'll be hearing from the traffic department of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, and we have a whole lot more to share with you on this, the most monitored talk show in the world. That's NewsSpin.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640, or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
Get ready to turn up the heat with KFC's blazing Burn-a-Box deal. For only $30, you'll feast on 2 succulent chicken pieces, dive into the exclusive new bacon melt sandwich, savor crispy regular fries, and wash it all down with a refreshing regular drink. But wait, tune into the radio and keep an eye on social media for limited discount tickets and ticket giveaways to see Burna Boy on May 3rd. One lucky winner and 3 friends will snag VIP and backstage passes. Just grab your Burna box, jot your name and number on the receipt, and drop it in the box provided for your chance to win. Ignite your taste adventure with KFC's Burna Box today.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinique de Corps is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel, and shoulder pain, cramps, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinique de Corps, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinique de Corps. So walk again pain-free with La Clinique de Corps. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
Catch the new vibe and the lingo. More upon more, so the tingo is more wet flow if you didn't know. All these deals is a winner. More upon more wet flow. More data, more talk for sure. More WhatsApp, video, can't stop. Unlimited talk, so you not stop chat.
Flow prepaid combo plans just got better. Loaded with even more data and unlimited talk. Take advantage of WhatsApp and all its features with our new prepaid plans. Unleash your creativity with more social media. Dial *129 #sign to activate.
Now that's the new vibe and the lingo. Yes. More upon more, see how the tingo. It's more wet flow, now you really know. Get you now. All these deals make you save more. Get more.
Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy. You'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
Automotive Art is a place to start.
Shift into your savings gear this March at Automotive Art as we launch our March Madness sale. Pull up at any of our branches this March and save 20% off on all car accessories. Roll out with fantastic deals on tires of up to 30% off. And if you're missing some key tools for your toolkit, no problem. We're offering 15% off on all tools store-wide. But that's not all. Shop now and enjoy exclusive in-store specials on car care, lubricants, and more. Don't miss out on the action. The March Madness sale is happening right now at Automotive Art. Automotive Art, your car, our passion. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
Transforming St. Lucia through football innovation and excellence. The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League provides a pathway for the professional and personal development of young footballers, leading to community enhancement across Ireland.
Great opportunity.
In 2024, 10 district leagues will compete for the Premier Cup and 9 district leagues will face off for the Super Cup. 81 games in 4 venues. Come support your community as you witness the first ever St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League Championships. Competitive football, passionate players, and striking goals.
And it's in.
In collaboration with the government of St. Lucia and the St. Lucia Football Association, the Semi-Pro Football League is leveraging football to transform lives.
And so the referee brings the 90 minutes to an end.
WhatsApp message. Tim, as we speak, there is a homicide in Brosville, VA4. We are trying to confirm this, and we have not been able to do that just so far. But according to somebody, as we speak, there is a homicide over in Brosville, VA4. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Kimani, what's happening in the chat room?
Someone says everything has an appointed time and an appropriate day. Philip JPI is working behind the scenes and will make it known when it's convenient. Stop taking foul shit for egg. That could even be considered a far knowledge from the Prime Minister. Another comment in the chat room. Someone says, caller, you cannot be a minister with responsibility for crime and not report to the officials your knowledge of criminal activity. You are duty bound to do so. A YouTube comment, next week he will say that's not what he said. PJP is always changing the subject when it comes to crime in the country. Someone says, Tim, it appears the PM has files thick so. If the PM knows who is behind the crime wave, what is he doing about it and why the Commissioner of Police can't call him in for questioning, or should he resign? Or he should resign.
WhatsApp message just got to understand that Ministry of Equity Welfare Department, which pays out public assistance to the poor, is now asking those individuals or the recipients for a bank statement in order to get the card changed.
Another comment. Tim, how can St. Lucians accept what the PM said in the House of Parliament? He knows all about the crime happening in the country, and Lucians just sit down and taking this statement lightly.
Preliminary reports indicate that somebody just got shot and killed in V4, and again, that is a WhatsApp message, and we are trying to confirm whether the island has recorded another homicide. We should be able to confirm this before we conclude the broadcast this afternoon, so please bear with us. Any more messages?
I cannot understand why by now the St. Lucia Police Force yet to calling the PM for questioning him on who is behind the crime in St. Lucia. That's it.
452-2979. We have a call online. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, Tim. How
yes,
are you?
I am okay, caller. How about you?
I'm doing good, by God's grace.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm listening on my phone. I don't know if I'm following the right thing. Did Mr. Spider just call you a while ago?
Yes, he called a few minutes ago. Yes.
Okay. I want to ask a question. What is the difference between the Prime Minister knowing and people like Dominic Fede knowing? Is there a difference?
What does Dominic Fede know?
But he said that the crime had been committed by supporters of the Labour Party.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he putting himself in a place that he can be questioned also?
He's not the Prime Minister of St. Lucia.
No.
Hold on, caller. Hold on. I'm answering you. But I am answering you. He's just an opposition senator. The kind of connection that the Prime Minister has, the access that the Prime Minister has when it comes to getting information on the crime situation in this country, nobody else has that kind of access. He's the Prime Minister and he's the National Security Minister.
Okay, I want to agree with you.
No, don't want to agree with me. That is what I said. There is a fact. Don't want to agree with me. That is a fact.
Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me. Every St. Lucian has a responsibility. If you know something, you got to bring it forth. You got to report it or bring it forward.
So do you believe that the Prime Minister has done that? Has he called 555 and informed the police? Do you know that?
Do we know that whether Dominic Fede
I'm asking you, caller. I
don't know that.
Why are you upset? Caller, hold on.
I don't know that.
Hold on.
I don't know that.
Why are you obsession with Dominic Fede? Who cares about Dominic Fede and Alan Shannon? The Prime Minister of this country, the National Security Minister of this country, all in one. He is responsible for our safety. Fede is not responsible for my safety or your safety. Alan Shannon is not responsible for your safety or my safety. He does not determine where they get motorcycles or equipment for the police force. They don't determine that. The Prime Minister does.
Let's rest that. Let's rest that one.
Good for you.
I want to ask you another question. I think I want to finally lay to rest. Right? Did the Prime Minister? Was there any suggestion that the Deputy Speaker was going to get to be somebody elected outside of the House? Was that said to us?
It wasn't said, but caller, we're not small, we're not stupid. All indications were. Listen, caller, listen. People don't have to tell you something for you to read into the intentions of some people, of an individual. If you'll go through the trouble, sir, of amending the Constitution, not amending a law, the Constitution, so that somebody from outside can serve as the Deputy Speaker. Don't you think that is showing intent on the part of the government? Open, sir.
No, it's not.
It's not. Caller, it's not showing. It is not showing. Caller,
no.
It is not showing intent.
Because all indication is as if it was vividly said, and the Prime Minister categorically said that he never said that the Deputy Speaker would have come out.
You could not say something. You could not say something, sir, But your intention, your intent, your actions would give the indication that you want to do something. You amend. Hold on. You amend a constitution, you know. So that somebody from outside the parliament can serve as deputy speaker. You're not showing intent.
So if it was amended, right? If it was amended and he wanted to do it, he could have done it. He could have done it.
He signaled. What I'm saying to you, he signaled.
Not do it.
I am saying to you, caller.
I
am saying to you, caller. He signaled that he wanted to do it. He signaled that he wanted to do it.
The final question I have for you, Tim. The final question, and I think it's time that we lay this to rest. I heard the caller said that the Prime Minister promised $1,500. Was that ever promised? Tell me quickly. Let me go and claim my $1,500. Was it ever? Did Philip J. ever promise that the day he became Prime Minister that he would have given St. Lucian $1,500? Was that a promise ever made?
Go and try and claim, and then you'll find out. That's what I could say.
No. I'm asking you. Was that promise ever made?
I'm saying to you, go to the right authorities, try and claim the 1.5, and then you'll find out.
Everything before, but you don't know that one.
For that one, I don't know.
You don't know that one. You don't know that one. You know everything before, but you don't know that one.
No, go ahead.
You are selective in your knowing, you know. You are very selective in your knowing.
Go with your ID card, go and say you're claiming your 1.5, and then you'll know.
I don't want to waste my time and go so you can advise me accordingly.
Go ahead, caller.
Advise me accordingly.
That thing, you have to do it in person.
No, you can advise me accordingly.
Because I might just
advise me accordingly.
I might just go to the Ministry of Social Transformation this afternoon and try and claim my 1.5. So
okay, so if I go and I get through, let you know.
No, I will go and try and find out this afternoon myself to find out.
Tim, you are selective in your knowing. Okay. Have a good afternoon.
You too, sir. Thank you so much. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello.
3 times journalist of the year, Mr. Timothy Porter. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Kamani, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Tim, that guy that just thought, those are the kind of guys that has by people of St. Lucia down stupid. People like that last caller. Talking is garbage. Steve will answer you. Yes, he promised people $1,500. Yes, he's a liar. Yes, he lies all the time. And yes, he doesn't confront the real journalists in St. Lucia. Tim, let me say this to you. To my mind, Barbarians are some of the most intelligent people in the world. Okay? Without a doubt. Because the garbage that SMP Bogus gang gets away with, they will not get away with in Barbados. For instance, not be interviewed by you. In Barbados, there's a top journalist called David Ellis. Okay? Every prime minister, every opposition leader goes in front of him. Believe me. Not some, and not the others. Running, you ain't going there, we ain't going there. These guys just talk for years, and these guys just talk. They got 2/3 majority about 4 times. And St. Lucians are not asking the question, why is that they're not going on Timothy's program? Why is that they're not going on Wayne's program? Why is that they're not going on Dale Elliott program? Belgians don't operate that way. Belgians do not operate that way. Belgians would want you on those shows to answer questions, whether they're in opposition or in government. These guys, whether in the opposition or government, they don't answer questions. Hence why I call St. Lucians the most stupidest people on the planet. The great man. So Alan Michael Shasta goes everywhere, as I said yesterday. These guys talk the garbage. Come on your program. Come on the country's #1 talk show and clear the air. They don't come there. They don't go. They go on Yadi. Who's Yadi? They go those kind of joke places. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, this, that, and that. Come to a real journalist, Pierre. Come to a real journalist, Hille. Come to a real journalist, Kenny. Your guys been fooled for years. Years. Over, I just vote for them. You just keep voting for them all the time. When you vote for garbage, you get garbage. But Belgians don't play that. Tim, let me say this to you. Your favorite Prime Minister, Madam Mia Motley. She was given an invitation by David Ellis a few years ago. She walked in his studio with a pack of cigarettes and a lighter. And David said to her, well, you come to tell me that you can't make it? She told David, what do you think I'm here for? Oh, yeah, you tell me to come here. I'm here. All the lady had was a pack of cigarettes and a lighter.
You mean the Prime Minister smokes?
Yeah, she smokes.
I was no way of that.
Smokes.
I was no way of that.
Mia smokes.
Okay.
She walked in his office. He was looking for a whole heap of papers.
Mm-hmm.
The lady walked in his studio with a pack of cigarettes and a lighter. And sat down in front of David Ellis. Bajans home for murder. Bajans ball. You want to tell you? And every question David Ellis shoot at her, she was on the ball with him. In St. Lucia, top journalists like you, these guys just going around and dropping stuff in the rum shops and buying a bottle of rum for those guys, bounty or something, and dropping the things. That's what they do. And they run with it. And can he this? Shall say this? Shall say that? Shall say this? Shall say that? Guy this? Guy that? Tim, if I was the owner of St. Lucia right now, I would give St. Lucia to run by the great man and Guy Joseph for 15 years. Because all St. Lucians do is pick garbage in our whole assembly. Until we stop picking garbage, St. Lucia will develop. Barbados is fast becoming a first world country. Barbadians are some of the most intelligent, if not the most intelligent people on the planet. By a long mile. And I'm a St. Lucian, and I'm saying that. But when you pick garbage, as I said, and put in the whole assembly, Bajans don't pick garbage. 2 prime ministers that was well bad, and they weren't picked by Bajans. Oscar Sandiford, he got the seat. He got that seat when the late great El Barrow died, and he was deputy, and he fell in the chair. David Thompson, when he died, and Fernand Stewart, he fell in the chair. Those were the 2 worst. When Bajans pick a leader, they pick class, they pick quality. Bajans will be boasting, making noise. I want to see Kenny, I want to see Pierre in front of Timothy Poleon. That would be the argument. That would be a debate in the rum shops in Barbados. I want to see them sitting in front of Timothy Poleon. I want to see them sit down in front Wayne. I want to see them sit down in front Dale Elliott, those kind of guys. Not novices. As solutions that's going here. That's why we are so stupid. So stupid. Barbados are way ahead of us. Tim, your name would be listen to me. Tim, let me say this to you. My boys in Barbados just ask me about you. They have respect for you. They have respect for you, Tim. I'm telling you that now. And not only now, it's a long time. And these guys not sitting in front of you. They're running from you. I don't care if they hit you. That's not it. They just care about to hit you. Come and sit down in front of him. Come and sit down in front of him. Come there. Come and sit down in front of Wayne. And these stupid ass solutions talking a lot of bullshit. Like
okay, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. Much appreciated. Kimani, any comments in the chat room?
In the chat room, someone says the Prime Minister should call to confirm this homicide because he said he knows who is responsible for the crime situation. Another comment on the YouTube chat, someone says, Tim, you have no apology to give to them. They are all hypocrites. But that is about it.
Still to come on the broadcast. Things that are strange but true. You are monitoring NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on the NewsSpin Facebook page and the YouTube channel as well.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus takes charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilec's remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640, or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Catch the new vibe and the lingo. More upon more so the tingo. Is more wet flow if you didn't know. All these deals is a winner. More upon more wet flow. More data, more talk for sure. More WhatsApp, video caster, unlimited talk, so you not stop chat.
Flow prepaid combo plans just got better. Loaded with even more data and unlimited talk. Take advantage of WhatsApp and all its features with our new prepaid plans. Unleash your creativity with more social media. Dial *129 $ to activate.
Now that's the new vibe in the lingo. Yes. More upon more, see how the tingo. It's more wet flow, now you really know. Catch it now. All these deals make you save more. Get more.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinique de Corps is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel, and shoulder pain, cramps, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinique de Corps, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinique de Corps. So walk again pain-free with La Clinique de Corps. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
Shift into your savings gear this March at Automotive Art as we launch our March Madness sale. Pull up at any of our branches this March and save 20% off on all car accessories. Roll out with fantastic deals on tires of up to 30% off. And if you're missing some key tools for your toolkit, no problem. We're offering 15% off on all tools store-wide. But that's not all. Shop now and enjoy exclusive in-store specials on car care, lubricants, and more. Don't miss out on the action. The March Madness sale is happening right now at Automotive Art. Automotive Art, your car, our passion. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
It's time to spice up your meals with KFC's March Madness special menu. Rally up for our crispy, delicious nugget. Grab 8 pieces for only $10 or elevate your meal with 12 pieces for $15. Snatch up our nugget combos, now serving 8 or 12 pieces with a biscuit, fries, and a drink. Buy from $22 to $17 or from $28 to $23. We've got the little ones covered with 5-piece nugget meal with a biscuit and drink, or twisted up with mac and cheese, each for a tiny price of $10 and $11. For the hearty eaters, 5 crispy strips served with fries and a drink are all yours for $20. It's a limited time. Beats, make your way to KFC and treat yourself to these March Madness specials while they last. KFC, it's finger licking good.
On Easter Sunday, the biggest brunch party in the West returns. Rise for the celebration. Easter Sunday, March 31st, Soufre Mini Stadium. Featuring international sensation Tennyson John and the DJ Project live. Also, MTX, A1 Jugglers, Sir Lancelot, Hype Kid, DJ JH and Dollo, Levi Chin, DJ Irv, Power FM DJs, MC Donnerville. Easter Sunday from 12 noon, we rise.
Look at people in here tonight. Dance with me, baby.
Regular tickets are $80 and $350 for VIP terrace area. Get your tickets online at www.fourcirclestickets.com. Mambo's Bar and Courts in Soufrière and Courts Ready Cash island-wide. Get VIP and group tickets with no cash at Courts Ready Cash. Dress code Slay in Orange. Rise 4, The Celebration, an Optimum event production. Platinum sponsors, Courts Ready Cash and Power 97.9 FM. Gold sponsor, Bank of St. Lucia. Other sponsors, Digicel, Piton Beer, Strongbow, and Island Sound.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
I also have something to say. I won't say it now about the crime in St. Lucia. I'll say it at some point, and you all may have to deal with me, because I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know all that pretense about crime and who's pushing crime. I know what's happening behind the scene. What's happening behind the scene? I know.
452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Tim.
Hi. Good afternoon to you, Rick.
Do you ever wonder wherever Derek Walcott and Arthur Lewis are, how embarrassed they must be, and how often that embarrassment would hit them because of how we carry on in this place, our talk and everything?
Imagine my technical producer just made that same statement, I think, earlier today, a few hours ago.
You made that statement?
My technical producer, we were just having a conversation and made that statement.
Wow. I mean, do you know what a powerful statement it is to the world that little St. Lucia, they like to say produce, I won't go in that argument, but two world renowned gentlemen, winners of the Nobel Prize, were born in St. Lucia. They came per capita.
Yeah.
You know what a powerful image that has on the wider world?
It has worked wonders for us.
I know, because I have been a long time in the outside world. That is regarded as almost miraculous.
Yeah.
So when people listen to us, I think they're expecting to hear some erudition, some critical thinking, from some reasonable suggestions. And we don't have to make fools of ourselves by lying deliberately, or that to show that we're too dumb to have come from the same place, the same basin as Derek Walcott and Sir Arthur, you know?
Yeah.
Let me say this. In the matter of the the deputy speaker, I got a frog in my throat. As I recall, the Prime Minister stated there was going to be a deputy speaker elected. He announced that ahead of time. Am I right?
Yes, you're correct.
As I recall, he actually said he could come either from the House or from outside the House.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he did not say that, Jim, any person with half a brain, I think he did, But even if he did not say it, actually say it, anyone with half a brain, bearing in mind the recent adjustment to the Deputy Speaker constitution.
To the Constitution.
The amendment.
Yeah.
That they could now have somebody from outside the House to fill the role.
Yeah.
Bearing that in mind, it was to be expected. Well, bearing that in mind, many people anticipated it was. Their names were mentioned, Tim.
Yeah. All right.
It was rumored that Janine Compton would be.
Rick, the fact that he amended the Constitution, he was saying to the St. Lucian public that it's possible that a person can come from outside the Parliament.
Exactly. So that, but more than that, many anticipated he was going to pull somebody from outside. That's why a number of names were being mentioned as possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
We all live there. We know that. We know the names, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see any reason for a problem over what happened there. Both the Prime Minister and, to my mind, and the opposition leader have every reason to blow their trumpets. If the people who want to make a plug, push a plug for the Prime Minister, can simply say he was smart enough not to cause a whole constitutional brouhaha and persuade instead Kenny Anthony, who is a member of the House, to take up the position. So he surprised many people who thought he might have taken the chance and gone for an outside the House thing, which would have resulted in some court, because the leader of the opposition announced ahead of time.
And credit must go, whether you like him or not. Credit must go to the leader of the opposition. I'll tell you why.
That's the point I want to make right now.
Because
that's the point I want to make right now. He wrote to the Attorney General ahead of time,
mm-hmm.
told him his observations, acknowledged that he may not be, he's not an expert, although he's taking lawyers' advice, he advised the Attorney General to check it out, to make certain that the Constitution would not be stepped on by bringing in, if somebody is going to be brought in to the House and made a member, that there were certain requirements via the Constitution. So, I mean, what's wrong with that? Isn't that how it should be? I wish everything were done that way in St. Lucia. So the Prime Minister may have given some thought to it. He may have said to himself, I can avoid any problems right now. And ask the only available MP to step into the chair.
Not ask, beg.
Look, we're talking about my friend, don't mess around but beg.
Beg.
The monarch of all these surveys. So he may have, and can you see Kenny Anthony saying no to that?
It's possible that he could have said no.
Kenny Anthony wouldn't dare say no to that.
Why?
And I say that because the last time Kenny Anthony was in Parliament, he made it very clear that a lot of the things he says don't please the party, that they even bad-talk him at hotels and other places. You heard him say so?
Yeah.
That they don't listen to him. He can't criticize the government without them jumping all over him. He said that in the House. So, can you imagine Kenny Anthony possibly embarrassing the government by refusing to take on the position? Because it would mean then that somebody would have had to resign from a ministry to make room. Or
he does not also want to suffer the ignominy of being the guy who put the St. Lucia Labour Party administration in an uncomfortable position.
Ignominy? I don't know about that.
He would not want to have done that.
Ignominy among the party, you mean?
Yeah, he would not have wanted to do that. Because I think no one in the SLP, any SLP administration now wants to be responsible for causing any kind of leadership struggle or causing any SLP administration to lose power.
And let me
prematurely.
say, as you press that point, let me say Kenny Anthony of all people, because throughout Kenny Anthony's term, I can tell you that, the one thing he was very concerned about was a repetition of the Louise Odlum thing.
Yeah.
Okay, he was very, very concerned. It's too long a story for me to go into that. But Kenny was always concerned about a situation like Louise had with George Odlum. But he gave us a signal last Parliament, I don't mean the most recent, when he suggested that his criticisms are not well received by the government and the party.
He did.
He said that. So I couldn't see him if the Prime Minister approached him to fill in the blank, that he would dare to say no. But what I'm saying is all the talk about, all the cussing and this one full of fast 1 hour, none of that is true. Both Alan and Philip Pierre have every reason, with playing their politics, to blow their bugles. And the notion that Alan was caught off guard, Alan was way ahead of time. He's the one who wrote to the AG.
Yeah.
He's the one who not only wrote to the AG, but suggested to the AG, don't take my word for it, check the higher authorities, because it can lead, this whole thing could lead to another court case. So he's trying to avoid that.
So what if he wanted to be malicious? He could have allowed the Prime Minister to go there and appoint somebody from outside and then challenge him, take the matter before the courts. That would be embarrassing.
Maybe even throw the miss.
Yeah.
Maybe even pick up the miss and throw it, all that kind of stuff. Okay? So but I'm back on the people again. Because it's the people, we the people, who are causing most of the problem, a lot of the problems we have. I don't see any reason for embarrassment on Philip Pierre in this situation, and I don't see anything but a praise for the leader of the opposition in what he did. None. And of course, if we have to be fair, praise to Kenny Anthony too, for 3 times Prime Minister and everything, and swallowing his pride and becoming Claudius Francis's
deputy
sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So it's a win-win situation all around. Am I clear on that?
You're very correct, sir. You're clear.
A win-win situation, but all these guys have to inject all kinds of poisons in this. That's what we do to ourselves. There was the other thing too was there was another point I wanted to make, and I forgot it, I'm afraid. The senior moment. But everybody's going to be happy. I'm not taking more time on that. But we really must stop shooting ourselves in the foot all the time, because we are hurting ourselves with this kind of nonsensical warring when there's no need for it. All concerned in this latest episode have every reason to feel good. Thank you very much.
Okay, Rick, thank you so much. And according to a reliable source, yes, St. Lucia has recorded another homicide, and that is in Brosville, VA4. According to a reliable source, the island has recorded another homicide. This brings to number 22. Kimani, what's happening in the chat room? Good afternoon to you once again.
Another reliable source, Tim?
Yes, another reliable source.
In the chat room, someone says he would have made the blunder if Shasni kept quiet. Another comment in the chat: if the statement was said in a bigger country, the PM would be called into the House of Representatives or Parliament to explain or answer to this acceptance of knowing who or what is responsible for these activities in the country. Wow. Let's see what else we have in the chat room. Someone says, thank you, Rick, for your cogent analysis. Another comment: we are praising our leader of the opposition. But that's it.
Thank you so much. And now let's hear from an officer of the Traffic Department of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force.
The Traffic Department of Castries is issuing a public advisory regarding the alarming rise in the production of fraudulent driver's licenses. This illegal activity poses a significant threat to road safety and undermines the integrity of our transportation system. Over the past several months, our department has observed a trend of individuals engaging in the production and distribution of counterfeit driver's licenses. These fraudulent documents not only compromise the safety of our roads, but also jeopardize the trust and credibility of legitimate licensing procedures. The Traffic Department of Castries is actively collaborating with all relevant agencies to address this issue and apprehend those responsible for the production and distribution of fraudulent driver's licenses. We urge members of the public to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activities related to the production or use of counterfeit licenses to the authorities immediately. It is essential to emphasize the severe consequences associated with possessing or utilizing a fraudulent driver's license. Not only does it constitute a criminal offense punishable by law, but it also endangers the lives of all road users by allowing unqualified individuals to operate vehicles on our roads. Furthermore, we encourage residents to prioritize safety and compliance with established licensing regulations. Obtaining a legitimate driver's license through the proper channels ensures that individuals meet the necessary requirements and possess the skills and the knowledge needed to operate vehicles safely. We emphasize our unwavering commitment to preserving road safety and maintaining the integrity of our licensing system. We will continue to work diligently with all relevant stakeholders to combat the production and distribution of fraudulent driver's licenses. In conclusion, the Traffic Department of Castries urges all residents to remain vigilant, comply with licensing regulations, and report any suspicious activities to the authorities promptly. Together, we can safeguard our roads and ensure a safe environment for all. If you wish to report suspicious activity, please contact the crime hotline at 555 or the crime hotline app, which is available via Google Play Store. Thank you for your attention and cooperation.
Notice from the Traffic Department of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and just reported just recently that operations at the Department of Infrastructure faced disruption following a violent incident on Wednesday, as confirmed by Lenita Joseph, the division's permanent secretary, in a statement issued on Thursday. According to Joseph, the disruption stemmed from a customer's attempt to process a change of ownership transaction. However, discrepancies arose between the information provided and that stored in the department's licensing and registration database. The customer insisted on effecting the change based on the documents presented, eventually resorting to violence by smashing his fist through the glass window, causing significant damage, explained Joseph. And since then, operations at that department, they have been disrupted, and operations maybe should resume by Monday of next week. Kimani, what's in the chat room?
Someone says, it will be a happy day when we would grow up and discuss issues with a certain level of objectivity and with critical thinking rather than just red and yellow eyes. Someone says St. Lucia is like watching an African movie. Do you watch those, Tim?
I don't like it. I find that the Africans really cannot act. Some of them are entertaining, but they cannot act. I don't entertain that.
Another comment, we are always
That's not their forte. That's not their strength.
Another comment, we are always trying this
one-upmanship. There's always some obia, and some voodoo, other worldly stuff.
I don't like watching movies, so I wouldn't know. Someone says, we are always trying this one-upmanship. Let's grow up, folks. We can do better. That's it in the chat.
Thank you so much. So listen to this. Things that are strange but true. Things that are strange but true. So listen carefully, Kimani. The lawyer hopes you get in trouble, right? The lawyer hopes you get in trouble. The doctor hopes you get sick. The police hopes you become a criminal. The teacher hopes you are born silly. The landlord hopes you don't build a house. Now listen to this one. The prostitute hopes you don't get married. The dentist hopes that your teeth decay. The mechanic hopes your car breaks down. The coffin maker wants you dead. And finally, the most interesting one, only a thief wishes you prosperity in life. Only a thief wishes you prosperity in life.
I think the final one should be, and Timothy on NewsSpin hopes, fill in the blanks, Tim.
That Philip JPS says the wrong thing.
Thank you.
4522979. WhatsApp here. WhatsApp here. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. 716-2026. We will take a final call on the broadcast. I don't know if you have any comments just coming in, Kimani.
Someone
in the chat room.
says African movies are day-to-day life. Tim, are you a pastor now? Worldly things.
Yeah, otherworldly. We also have a notice coming from the PWA, the Police Welfare Association. The Police Welfare Association invites all members to its general meeting to be held 10 a.m. on Wednesday, 27th March 2024 at the Financial Administrative Center. This meeting is to report to the members on activities of the PWA, discuss negotiations and some other pertinent welfare matters. So the PWA invites all members to its general meeting to be held 10 o'clock on Wednesday, 27th of March at the Financial Administrative Center. This meeting is to report to the members on activities of the Police Welfare Association, discuss negotiations and some other pertinent welfare matters. Let's take a final call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, team. Good afternoon, Kimani.
Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon.
Go
Tim,
ahead.
why are you misleading the public?
On what?
You said you played a clip. You said that the clip is from the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. I didn't hear anything that said
I said
it was from the Royal St. Lucia Police Force.
I said caller from the Traffic Department of the Royal St. Lucia
Department of
Police
the
Force.
Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Exactly. It never said anything about the Traffic Department of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. It said the Traffic Department of Castries.
Yeah, but it's of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, caller. What you calling me all the way from where? From
But Tim,
overseas? You calling all the way from,
Yeah, but
from the
Tim, you
States
can-
to haggle with me on this particular issue? Was I wrong? Is that...
Yes,
isn't
Tim. But Tim, you saying from the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, but the clip itself is saying from Castries.
But it's one of the same caller.
From the Traffic Department of Castries.
Caller, it is from the
So
Traffic
this
Department.
this is just to show you.
Caller, you are calling from the United States to tell me that? Am I wrong for saying from the Traffic Department of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force? Because the officer said from the Traffic Department of Castries, it's one of the same. It's an officer of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. I regret having taken this call, honestly. Okay. So we have now our NewsSpin question of the day. PJP knows what's happening behind the scene crime-wise. That's the question of the day. PJP knows what's happening behind the scene crime-wise. And finally, our NewsSpin news of the day. Global fertility rates to decline, shifting population burden to low-income countries. Global fertility rates to decline, shifting population burden to low-income countries. And that is the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the most monitored talk show in the world, and that's NewsSpin. Goodbye.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Poleon view for accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
So fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. So fast pay, so fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay, so fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message